everyone. Welcome to a new episode of the Strategist Corner. This is a very special one. I'm really excited because this is the first guest episode here. I couldn't think of a better way to start with a company building interesting solutions in the strategy workspace. So I'm really glad to be joined here by Hema. Hema, thanks for joining me today in this episode.
My pleasure.
All right. So Hema is representing Vitara Charts, a company focused on helping organizations create powerful visualizations and interactive charts with strategy. So today we'll briefly talk about how Vitara Charts solves and then jump into a demo so we can see the product in action. All right, so Hema, maybe we can start with a quick introduction, right? So for people who may not be familiarized yet with Vitara Charts, can you briefly explain what is Vitara Charts? What does the company focus on, please?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Hema, and I'm one of the co-founders of this company called Vitara Charts. And we've been a strategy partner for over a decade now. Our core focus has been visualizations as a seamless add-on to strategy. What do I mean by that? It's not something that you build one customer to another. It's just a library of charts. Right now, we are up to 45 different chart styles, which go seamlessly on top of strategy wherever you use strategy, library, web, mobile. And these charts will work to fulfill your business use cases and expand the range of options available to you when you choose your visualizations.
That's great. Thanks, Emma, for this introduction. What are some of the typical challenges that organizations face when trying to utilize or visualize data that led you to the creation of Vitara charts?
Yeah. So this is like an interesting problem that we are trying to solve, right? One is it's a perception and expectation problem that we are trying to solve. Where does this come from? So today, when you go to watch some sports, maybe you're watching football, and you're seeing all the statistics as visualizations, or you follow politics and you're seeing your news being presented to you, whether it's opinion poll, popularity ratings, votes, everything is a visualization. So regardless of what you're doing in your life, you are now being bombarded with different styles and with different images, which are actually visualizations. So when you come back to your business, your expectation on what is a visualization, how data needs to be presented has changed before. The second thing is actual business requirements as well. So businesses have a lot of complex information that they're trying to present in a more interactive format, more rich in data, more something that users can play around with, maybe like an animation, maybe like background colors, maybe like images pertaining to their business. So there are all these business requirements also that are coming into play. So these are the two kind of areas that we take into account, and we try to solve this with our product.
Excellent. Thank you, Emma. So, for organizations that rely heavily on clear visual communication, you guys have the proper solution. That is great. Before we jump into the demo itself, maybe one quick question, another one. Who typically benefits most from Vitara charts? Is it for the data analysts or for the executives? Can you tell us more about this?
Sure. So across the spectrum, if you start kind of where the usage begins, it's really at the analyst level, who is the business person, is not super technical. He's trying to just get data out there to his executive management. And he wants to present data in a very clear way that so that everybody understands. So his problem is options. So he wants a variety of options like a buffet that he can select from. And that's what we provide for him, ready to use options, chart options that are over and beyond what he gets out of the box. The second level is, let's say these options are not present for the data analyst. What does he do? He goes to the developer and says, hey, you know what? I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z. Where give me a chart for something like this. If it's not there, you create it. So the burden now becomes on the developer and the backend person trying to control the platform. He has to build it from scratch or procure it, and all that becomes like a challenge for them. So we make their life easier. And finally, the consumer who has the maximum impact by using this data is the executives who make decisions based on data presented to them. And there, if you're able to present it in a crisp way, in a clear way, so that actionable insights can be taken, that's the best case scenario, right? So across the board, it really benefits everybody who touches the BI, ecosystem.
Excellent. Well, great. I think that gives us a good understanding, a good overview of what you guys are doing. That's great, by the way. Congratulations. Now, I think the best way to understand the platform is probably to see it in action, right? So I'll leave you the space so you can walk us through what Vitara Charts is, how we can use it from the strategy platform. The floor is yours. Please let us know how to use Vitara Charts, Hema.
Great. Thank you so much. Let me share my screen here so we can start walking through some of the options. So if you go to our website, right, the first way in which you can access these is through our public MicroStrategy cloud server. So strategy cloud server, excuse me. You can click on this button called interactive charts and voila, you come up to this screen. You can log in as a guest user and it gives you all the different chart styles and options that we provide across the board. Now, these are organized by feature. They are also organized by industry solutions. So you can do either option and explore all these features on your own. And as you explore them, keep in mind our different differentiators. So the reason, customers really have adopted us is not just because of the variety of options, because what happens next, right? You see the options, you love them. So the dating game is over. Now marry the charts. What happens next? It's the day-to-day maintenance. You have a question, you have an upgrade, you have a software patch that needs to be
Yeah.
addressed. We take care of all of that, the day-to-day maintenance. So it's a completely hassle-free experience. Our tech support team is available to on call. You can even ask questions. Hey, I saw this beautiful chart in XYZ tool, or I saw this somewhere. I want to recreate it in my strategy platform. How can you help me? So even how-to questions, you can just, call our support team and they will be happy to kind of walk you through. So the experience becomes how do we make you successful rather than install the software and bye bye, right? So that's kind of
Mhm.
what has really worked for us and really helped us keep that continuing relationship with our customers. So once you have that, and let's say you are logging into this, you can see the variety of options, right? The different chart styles, features, capabilities. And the first question you might ask is, all these look familiar. There is a bar chart, there is a grid chart. Strategy installs that out of the box. What do you bring to the table? Why do I have to use the chart that you are providing? Well, the thing is, of course, strategy provides these charts along with a host of other capabilities. But when it comes to visualizations, we are continuously studying user behavior. What are they doing with a chart once it's presented to them? So, one of the things that our retail customers mentioned is like they want to move things around like it's Excel. They want to be able to take an attribute or a dimension and move it around because sometimes they have something like comments or categorizations and they don't want to put it at the left hand panel. They want it somewhere in the middle or towards the right hand panel. So if some requirements like this come up, they just export to Excel and type it in there and move it around as they want. We solve that problem and we say, you know what, stay within strategy. Just use the Vitara grid and you can do your flexible behavior that you do with Excel. The second behavior we observed is, let's say you're working with financial data. You are typically looking at what, 12 weeks trends? And when you're looking at 12 weeks trends or 3 months trends and you have multiple KPIs, you end up with 40, 50, 80 metrics easy. So you want to group them. That's what you do in Excel. You right click, you create a group,
Yeah.
and you want to put that group together so that it takes less space and it's logically put together, right? So you can create multiple groups inside our Vitara chart grid, and then you can either expand it so that you can see all the data, or you can collapse it so you can see limited amount of data. So immediately you start to see, okay, great, now my grid is flexible. I don't need to go to Excel. So you solve one problem, but then what is the extra that you do over and beyond what Excel provides? And that's where we say, wait a second, grid is your visual language, right? And
Mhm.
this is where you want to show your information. How about we start presenting you with some images here, make it more rich, so that we enhance the grid. We say, okay, let's say you have employee data and you are ranking them on a scale of 10, or you have customer satisfaction scores, you're ranking them on a scale of 5. How do you present it back? Just a number, 5, 10, 6, 5, or would you rather show it as a stars thing? It's still
Mhm.
a grid. You are comfortable, you're familiar with it. Grid is something everybody is okay with. Now you're adding extra visual language to it. Another example where we've added, similar visual language is deltas and variances. Almost all businesses use this. They're going to say, how did I do today? How did I do last year, same time? Show me the data, right? So you're able to kind of showcase that data using grid, and then all you're doing is, instead of showcasing this as a number, you to do a quick right click on the data, and then you say display style would be like a value. No, we don't like
Mm,
values. We will say display style, make it into horizontal bars. Or
mm,
percentage values, instead of showing that as a percentage value, you take that percentage and you display that as a horizontal pin. So how much did you grow, how much did you decline, how was the business trend like? You can see that on a bar, on a bar chart much more easily, and you can even color code it. So the grid is now getting that much richer. And if you have multi-dimensional data, a lot of our customers will say, can I embed a table inside a table? So now you are creating a multi-dimensional table. You can create any kind of table. It's just a 2 by 2 table example that I'm showing here. So grid is
mhm.
something extensively used regardless of which industry you're in. And what we are saying is, let's take that grid, let understand what you're doing to it outside of strategy, and bring all those capabilities inside so that you never have to leave the tool. And this is where you get everything you need to run your business. So that's kind of the play there. And that's just, grid that we are talking about. The same kind of logic extends to the rest of the basic charts as well.
Right, so Hema, it was really nice to see Vitara Charts in action. Really cool demo, really cool visualizations you guys have. I really appreciate you spending time with me here, sharing this knowledge with the strategy community. I don't know if you have any final words. Please let us know.
No, I really appreciate, the opportunity, because I've been following your channel, and of course I know you from so many years. So this has been an absolute privilege. Really appreciate this platform to present what we are doing. And if this is reaching somebody who has not heard about us before, absolutely encourage you to go to our website www.vitaracharts.com. We have free trial. Not only that, we have a MicroStrategy cloud server, so you can go and try everything on your own for free as well.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Hema. Once more, I'll leave the links to Vitara Charts page here in the description. And thanks everyone for watching. As I normally say, I'll see you all in the next corner.